What's up guys, welcome back to Daniel Talks Football right here on YouTube. I'm Daniel and we are back with another video. In this video we're going to be talking about Brazil and the fact that they are now out of the tournament. Yesterday Brazil faced Croatia in the World Cup semi-finals, with Croatia drawing in normal time at 1-1. However, they did beat Brazil 4-2 on penalties. We'll get into that game and more in this video, but before we do, I need to ask you to like the video, comment down below, and also subscribe to the channel. Turn that notification bell on as well, because there is a possibility there's going to be a video every single day from between now and Christmas. So turn that notification bell on to make sure you are notified when I upload a video. Also go over and follow the Instagram and the TikTok, Daniel Talks Football, on both. Right, Brazil versus Croatia. This game was mad. Obviously, it was 0-0 after normal time, with Neymar scoring the 105th plus first minute. At that point, the Brazilians thought they were going through before Petkovic came back in the 117th minute to equalise for the Croatians. Sadly, I couldn't even watch this game. My phone was dying, and I had a nightmare getting out of college yesterday. But I came home to see a notification from OneFootball saying that Croatia had qualified after beating Brazil on penalties. Obviously, Croatia scored their first two penalties, Rodrigo and Marquinhos missing the two for Brazil. We'll actually get on to the penalty-taking tactics from Brazil here, because I don't agree with the sort of ideas that they had going into these penalties. We'll go on to them in a second. To speak about the actual game first, I thought Croatia really did control the midfield here. Luka Modric is just exceptional. This is a guy who's now 37 years of age, yet he made that Brazil midfield look like absolute mugs, in all honest. I thought Modric was excellent throughout the whole game, and Croatia did just dominate and control this midfield. I need to apologise to Croatia. I didn't want to do another apology video here, but I said in that video of ranking all teams' favourites to win the World Cup, I put Croatia bottom and Brazil top, because I thought Croatia had no chance of winning this game, as I don't think anybody else did, apart from one guy in the YouTube comments section. I'm going to find his name now for you, because he put a couple of hours before the game that Croatia will win, that they will be Borna Domacinovic. Sorry if I butchered your name there. He said Croatia were going to win, sort of, before the game. Yeah, that fair play to him. But I'm sorry to all the Croatians, because I'm sure everybody thought that Croatia were going to win, that Brazil were going to win this game. Brazil were the favourites. Brazil were my favourites, and Brazil were probably everybody else's favourites as well. There's no surprise that there's massive surprise. Sorry, I'm tired to work on this. I can't believe that Brazil have done it, to be honest. The fact that they've gone out in this sort of manner. Their attackers in this game, everybody apart from Paqueta was awful, to be honest. Vinicius, Neymar was awful. Rafinha, Richarlison, even people coming off the bench like Anthony and Rodrigo. None of them were good enough. Neymar, again, I've touched on him there. He was awful in this game. This is a guy that was supposed to take Brazil to the World Cup, and it was going to be his last World Cup, and it was going to be a big legacy. Neymar's now 30 years old. He'll be 34 by the time the next World Cup rolls around. This was his time to sort of become that big name, live up to the legacy that people expected of him ever since those comparisons to Ronaldinho when he was out in Brazil at Santos. Danilo for Brazil, again, absolutely awful. He was torn to shreds by that Croatian attack. And I'll touch on the penalties now. What is this thing about putting your best penalty taker last? Neymar is Brazil's best penalty taker, even if he did have a poor game, and everybody would admit that Neymar's Brazil's best penalty taker. So why did he go last in this game? Why? Because he didn't get to take a penalty. If Neymar would have scored, if Neymar would have gone earlier on, maybe instead of Marquinhos, they still would have had a chance with Brazil. Why aren't you opening with your best penalty taker? It gets you off to a good start. You should go your best penalty taker first, your second best penalty taker, and go like that. because the longer you leave your best penalty takers, the more chance you have that they won't take a penalty. I understand there's the things about pressure, but surely it's better to just make sure that they take a penalty. Because Neymar's going to wake up this morning and going, I could have scored, and this game could have gone so differently. What now for both of these sides? Brazil, I mean, Tite's left, so they're going to obviously need to bring in a new manager. It's not the first big managerial exit of this tournament, after obviously Luis Enrique left Spain, and there was another big one as well. What was the other big one? Martinez leaving Belgium. Brazil are going to need a new manager, and what's next for them? Well, they're obviously looking ahead to the next Copa America, but the next World Cup's the big one, the World Cup in America and Canada and Mexico, I think. What are they going to do? This squad is not going to be the same squad as it is now. Their squad is middle-aged. There will be a lot of these players that will be entering their final World Cup, if not, yes, the attack's alright, but people like Neymar, Fred, Casemiro, Telles, Sandro, Sando's a bit more, Sando's only 31, Thiago Silva, Danilo, these are all people that are going to be entering their last World Cup next World Cup. So that's a World Cup they need to win, Brazil. And for Croatia, well, first of all, I'm sorry, because I doubted you guys. You're into the semi-finals, and that's 2 World Cup semi-finals back-to-back now. I'll keep underestimating them, and I think they will lose versus Argentina. But it's been a crazy one for Croatia, and people aren't talking about it because of the fact that it's Brazil that they've got knocked out. That they knocked out, and Brazil are the massive favourites, and that's what people are talking about. I understand that, that's what this video is about. But Croatia, a country that isn't massive, a country that isn't known for football, have reached 2 World Cup semi-finals back-to-back, and that is crazy. That is simply crazy. They've beaten an excellent Brazilian side here, and they'll go into that Argentinian game with lots of hype around them. That game's happening on Tuesday, and I'm looking forward to it, I really am. As I say, I think Argentina will win it. You'll have to wait until the predictions, what I'm actually going to say, because I'll do them probably on Monday. But that will be a good game. Croatia versus Argentina will be a good game, and Croatia will push Argentina hard. I'm really excited for that game, and even if I think Argentina will win it, Croatia, they're mad. Croatia are mad. And is this going to be the end of their team cycle? I think it probably is. They weren't a side that I was expecting to really make it up the group after game week 1. I didn't expect them to make it out of the group. They've now had 2 penalty wins back to back, so expect them to try and play the same tactics that they played against Brazil, against Argentina. And yeah, Brazil are out, Croatia are through. What's going to happen later today in the England and Portugal game? You'll have to let me know in the comments below. Thank you all for watching this video, and I'll catch you all again in the next one. See ya!